3 hours and 20 minutes. That is how long Alex Eala had to grind on Thursday at Hard Rock Stadium before she could walk off the court with a win. She came from a set down to beat Laura Siegemund 6-7, 8, 6-3, 6-3 in the longest match of her career. A year after her breakthrough run to the semifinals, Alexandra Eala is into the third round of the Miami Open, and the opponent waiting for her in that third round is not Iga Swiatek. There is a twist to this bracket that nobody saw coming, and we are going to break all of it down. Stay right here. Alex Eala needed more than 3 hours Thursday, March 19th, to overcome Germany's Laura Siegemund during the round of 64 at the 2026 Miami Open in Miami, Florida. Eala was facing Siegemund, currently world number 53 in the singles division, for the first time on the WTA Tour. Siegemund, born March 4, 1988, is 38 years old. She is not a fading presence on tour. Her best Grand Slam result in singles was a quarterfinal appearance at the 2020 French Open and at 2025 Wimbledon. She is also a seasoned doubles player with 16 titles, including 3 Grand Slam championships. This was not a free pass. This was a first-time matchup against a player who has seen everything in professional tennis for over 2 decades, and Eala had to dig deep to get through it. Let us go set by set, because the shape of this match tells you something important about where Alex Eala is in her development. As Hard Rock Stadium was slowly starting to fill up and come to life, Eala raced to a quick 3-0 lead. That looked clinical. That looked like she was about to roll through this first set. She was aggressive from the baseline, dictating play, hitting her spots. But then came the fourth game, a marathon. More than 10 minutes on a single game. Siegemund did not panic at 0-3. She slowed the match down, introduced variety, and clawed her way into the contest. Hold that thought. That fourth game is the hinge of the entire first set. Siegemund used an array of shots to throw Eala off her game, taking 4 of the next 5 games to level the set. From there, the momentum shifted as Siegemund leveled the set at 3 games all. Now it is anybody's set. The closing stretch of the opening set delivered high drama. Eala twice forced Siegemund to hold her serve to stay in the set. The German did, forcing a tiebreak. And here is where it stung. Eala squandered a 3-0 lead and 4 set points in the grueling opening set, including one at 6-5 in the tiebreak, allowing Siegemund to take it. The German saved a 4th set point in the tiebreaker before closing it out 8-6. Siegemund was steady in key moments, saving set point before sealing the first set with a serve to the body of Eala that jammed her. 4 set points. 4. And Siegemund saved all of them. That is not a scoreline. That is a test of mental composure. A younger version of Alex Eala might have spiraled after that. A version from 2 or 3 years ago might have carried the frustration into the second set and never recovered. Not this version. Eala showed her maturity and poise in the next 2 sets, breaking Siegemund early in each and closing them out fairly comfortably. After losing a first set in which she had held 4 set points, Alex did not flinch. She broke Siegemund early in the second set, established a comfortable lead, and locked down 6-3. There's a second layer to this. Losing that tiebreak the way she did could have broken the rhythm of the match for her. Instead, she responded with arguably the cleanest set she played all day. Eala raced to a 5-2 lead in the deciding third set, but Siegemund threatened again and saved 2 match points to cut the deficit to 5-3. The 20-year-old then held serve to win the match, that final hold. She was not going to let it slip again. After losing 4 set points in the first set and 2 match points in the third, Eala simply grabbed the racket tighter and served it out. 6-3 in the third. Match done. Let us talk about what makes Laura Siegemund such a dangerous opponent, especially in a first meeting. Siegemund is 38 years old, ranked world number 53 with 346 career singles wins and over $6.2 million in career prize money. Her career high ranking is world number 27, and she has won 2 WTA titles at the 2016 Swedish Open and the 2017 Stuttgart Open. In doubles, she has 16 titles, including the 2020 US Open and the 2023 WTA Finals. In 2016, she completed her bachelor's degree in psychology from the University of Hagen, a psychologist and a tennis player. That is the combination Alex was dealing with on the other side of the net. Siegemund understands how to manipulate rhythm, disrupt patterns, and frustrate younger players who rely on pace and power. Her toolkit is unusual. She does not overpower opponents. She reshapes points, slice backhands, drop shots, changes of height, changes of pace. She turns a fast court match into a chess game. And in that 10-minute fourth game of the first set, you saw the full playbook deployed. Siegemund slowed the clock, made Eala think through every ball, and ripped the momentum away from a player who was cruising at 3-0. That is the Siegemund problem. She turns your fast start into a slow grind. And she has been doing it against top players for almost as long as Alex has been alive. So what changed after the first set? Why did Eala go from losing a tiebreak she should have won to cruising through 2 sets in a row? 3 things. First, she stopped waiting. In the first set, after jumping out to 3-0, Eala started to play reactive tennis once Siegemund began her disruption game. In sets 2 and 3, she reclaimed the initiative. She broke early and held firm. Second, she managed the physical demand. Eala needed 3 hours and 20 minutes to take down Siegemund. It was the longest match she has played on the WTA Tour. That is relevant because in her post-match interview, Alex specifically addressed it. Eala said in her on-court interview, "It really was close. It was demanding, physically and mentally. But that was one of my goals last year after the tournament, to improve physically. And here I am, fresh as a flower." Fresh as a flower. After 3 hours and 20 minutes against a player known for extending rallies and draining younger opponents. That is not a casual comment. That is a player who invested in the offseason and is seeing the return on court. Third, she separated the emotional from the tactical. The first set loss was emotionally charged. 4 set points gone. But in sets 2 and 3, Alex played like a different person. Efficient on break points, composed on serve, and relentless about closing out games when she got ahead. That is growth. That is a player maturing in real time at a WTA 1000 event, at the same venue where everything changed for her a year ago. Let us zoom in to the key pressure moments. Pressure point 1, the first set tiebreak. Eala had a set point at 6-5. After taking that lead, she let 3 set points slip away, and Siegemund held to tie it at 6. Then in the tiebreak itself, she had another chance. The German saved a 4th set point in the tiebreaker before closing it out 8-6. This is the kind of moment that separates levels on tour. 4 chances to take the first set. All of them gone. And yet, Eala did not let it become the defining moment of the match. Pressure point 2, the early breaks in sets 2 and 3. Eala broke Siegemund early in both sets. She did not wait for opportunities to come to her. She forced the issue. That is an adjustment born from the hurt of the tiebreak. Pressure point 3, the closing game at 5-3 in the third. Siegemund saved both match points and eventually held for 3-5, putting the match on the serve of Eala, who held for the win. She served it out. No drama, no wobble, just a clean hold to close. Here's the pressure point that tells the real story. Alexandra Eala lost the first set despite having every chance to take it. She won the second and third sets by breaking early and never letting go. Eala said after the match, "It means a lot to me. It says a lot about my progress and how I've developed as a player and as a person. I came into Miami last year as a wild card. Now I'm in the 3rd round again, so I'm really, really happy, and especially having been able to compete at this level today against an amazing fighter." That is the full arc in her own words. This time, Eala is seeded number 31 and received a bye into the round of 64 after a whirlwind year that saw her reach a career-high number 29 in the WTA rankings. Her breakout 2025 season saw her break into the top 100 after her semifinal run at WTA 1000 Miami, where as a wild card, she registered back-to-back top 10 wins over number 5 Keys and number 2 Swiatek. She went on to reach her maiden tour final at Eastbourne and then won her first WTA 125 title in Guadalajara. The fans who believed in this journey a year ago, the ones who flooded the comment sections when she was ranked outside the top 100 and entered Miami as a wild card, they saw something that the rankings had not caught up to yet. A level of composure, a killer instinct, and a work ethic that screamed future top 30 player. Now the rankings have caught up. The seedings have caught up. And Alex is still climbing. For the Philippines, this is more than a tennis result. This is a player carrying an entire country's tennis identity on her shoulders. Following her Miami 2025 result, she made history by becoming the first player from the Philippines to reach a WTA 1000 semifinal and the first to enter the WTA World Top 100 ranking. Every match she plays at this level writes a line in a story that nobody from that country has been able to write before. The pride is real, the pressure is real, and the poise she showed against Siegemund after losing that gut-wrenching first set tells you she is built for both. Magda Linette stunned Iga Swiatek with a 1-6, 7-5, 6-3 comeback victory on Thursday night at the 2026 Miami Open, ending the longest opening round winning streak in women's tennis history. Swiatek had won her last 73 opening round matches, and Linette ended that streak on the same night Alex fought through Siegemund. So the anticipated rematch between Eala and Swiatek, the one circled on every Filipino tennis fan's calendar, is gone. Instead, next up for Eala in the third round will be Magda Linette, who just pulled off the biggest upset of the tournament so far. Linette has won 2 of her 3 matches against Eala, though Eala won their most recent matchup in Auckland. So Eala carries the head-to-head momentum, but Linette carries the upset energy of a player who just toppled the number 2 seed. Third round play begins on Saturday. Beyond the third round, the winner of the Linette-Eala match will advance to face either 13th seed Karolina Muchova, 17th seed Clara Tauson, Katie Boulter, or Camila Osorio in the fourth round. And the ranking math is enormous. Eala, who rose to a career-best world number 29, is currently at number 50 with 1,145 points in the WTA live rankings after losing the 380 points she gained from her semifinal finish in 2025. A deep run to the quarterfinals, or better, not only helps offset the points she stands to lose, but also reinforces her position as a top 30 player heading into the clay season, where seeding can dictate draw difficulty in events like Madrid and Rome. An early exit, on the other hand, could see her drop significant ground in the rankings, potentially falling out of seeded range and into tougher early round matchups in upcoming tournaments. Madrid and Rome. Those are the next 2 major markers, WTA 1000 events on clay. If Alex can push deep in Miami and recoup a significant chunk of those 380 points, she enters the European clay swing with seeding protection. If she falls short, the rankings math tightens and every early round draw at Madrid or Rome becomes more dangerous. My prediction, Alex beats Linette in 3 sets. She is more battle-tested than the last time they played, and the form she showed in sets 2 and 3 against Siegemund tells me she has the endurance and the composure to win the tight exchanges. Alex Eala did not just beat Laura Siegemund. She beat the version of this match that was supposed to break her. She lost a first set in which she held 4 set points. She played the longest match of her WTA career. She faced a 38-year-old veteran who knows how to shred the rhythm of younger players. And she answered with 2 clean sets and a post-match quote that told you everything about her mindset. Fresh as a flower, That is the line that should stay with you. Not because it is clever, because it is proof. Proof that the physical investment she made after last year's semi-final run paid off when it mattered. Proof that she is not the same player she was 12 months ago. The bracket is open, Swiatek is gone, Lynette is next. And for Alexandra Eala, the opportunity to make another deep Miami run just became very, very real. Now I want to hear from you, which was the bigger test for Alex, losing those 4 set points against Siegemund and having to reset, or the potential third-round clash with a Lynette, who just ended Swiatek's 73-match opening round streak? Drop your answer in the comments. I am reading every single one. And if this channel is where you come to follow Alex's journey, make sure you are subscribed and that new uploads are showing up in your feed. This is the kind of week where things can move fast, and I do not want you to miss it. I am Aria Reyes. I will see you for the next one.